Welcome around Australia to the Sydney Cricket Ground. This is the first of the best of three finals between Australia and Australia A. Live at the SCG and a big crowd in already. There'll be something around about 39 or 40,000 people by the time the lights come on this evening. And already there's a good buzz around the ground. Mark Taylor's side against the one skippered by Damien Martin. And we had a crowd. The Australian side, Mark Taylor, Michael Slater, Mark Waugh, David Boone and Steve Waugh, then Stuart Law, Ian Healy, Shane Warne, Craig McDermott, Damien Fleming and Glenn McGrath. Paul Rifle is 12th man. The Australian A side, Matthew Hayden and Greg Blewett, then Damien Martin the skipper, Michael Bevan, Justin Langer, Ricky Ponting, Phil Emery, Gavin Robertson, Greg Rowell, Shane George, Peter McIntyre. Joe Angel is the 12th man. Tony Greig is out in the centre of the ground now with his pitch report.
Thank you, Richie. In the last match played out here, the side batting first scored 264. That's a lot of runs, way over 5 and over, and I think the conditions are such that we could expect to see that again. 5 and over plus. Have a look at that short boundary. Very, very fast outfield. No trouble chipping it down that end, and it'll scoot across the other side of the ground as well. The pitch, much like the one the other night, it is very, very good. Very dry and as hard as a bone. No point in sticking the key into this area here. The roller's been up and down, and I can tell you it's flattened it out absolutely beautifully. It is very, very hard and will come onto the bat, may just bounce a little bit as well. So that's the situation as far as the pitch is concerned. The roller's still bedding it down there, rolling some of that dead grass on the surface right into it. It's compacted down, and as I said, quite hard. Hopefully there'll be just a little bit of carry as well. Right, let's have a look at our Schweppes Sport Plus weather watch. There it is, 25 it is. They're saying it's going to nudge up by 1 to 26. The humidity is on 62%. The player comfort on 30. The light, it's good on 39. The pitch condition, as we said, is dry and hard. The UV factor is medium, nudging up to high. And the wind, just keeping things relatively cool out here in the centre from the northeast, gusting up to about 25 at the moment. Looks good to me, Richie.
Certainly does, and here's Ian Chaplin now with the two skippers, Mark Taylor and Damien Martin.
But John, you got that rotten coin again?
I've got this nice New Zealand 20-cent piece. Okay, right. Mark, you cool?
Thanks. I'll toss her up, eh?
Yep. It's... heads it in.
I'll have a bat, please, Mark. Thanks.
Okay.
Damien, very good performance to get into the finals that game against England.
Yes, it was. We had to win by 30 runs, and it was a great effort by the guys to get up.
Yeah. And how are you feeling for this one?
Oh, yeah, the boys, you know, it's a big game for us, and Australia got a very good side, so we'll just come out and do our best.
The pitch looked to be a good one the other night. What about this one?
Oh, it looks about the same, yeah. You know, I think it's going to be a big scoring wicket, and hopefully we can post a big score early.
Rightio. Good luck. The stats show that it's harder chasing, particularly here. What do you think that's in the head, or is it real?
I think a lot of it is in the head, but I think it's also got something to do with the wicket. It generally does slough a little bit at night, but I think if we can be positive about the run chase, we can get the runs.
And how would you say this differs between playing a Shield match and playing against Australia A?
It's slightly different. Shield games, you don't sort of talk to the opposition too much before the toss of the coin. We have a bit of a chat here today, but I'm sure once the cricket starts, it'll be full on, and it should be a good game of cricket.
So it's been a pretty relaxed approach to the game, leading up to it?
Yeah, leading up to it's been very relaxed so far, but as I said, once that first ball's bowled, it'll be full on.
All right, good luck.
Thanks, man.
Well, Damien Martin has won the toss, and Australia A will be batting first on what looks to be a very good Sydney pitch.
Looks an absolute belter, as a matter of fact, and the crowd still streaming in through the turnstiles here at the SCG for this match. A crowd, as mentioned earlier, around about 40,000 people when the lights come on this evening. So that'll be a wonderful atmosphere, and we'll come back to the SCG in just a few minutes. Players there, Mark Taylor's side in the field. Damien Martin's team batting first. It's scheduled to be Matthew Hayden and Greg Blewett to open the innings. In the commentary box, Tony Greig and Bill Lorry.
Thank you, Richie, and a very good afternoon to all of you. Well, this is the start of the best of three, and right from this moment, every single move, every shot, every ball bowled really does count. It's down to the batsman now to score a sort of total that's going to get them into a nice comfortable situation. What that will be, I think, Bill, having looked at the pitch out there, will be something in the order of 5 and over, around about 250. And I suspect if you're batting first, 250 is the sort of score you wouldn't mind settling for.
I think both sides will have to work hard for 250. They field so well. I think the fielding will be the highlight here today and tonight. I won't see many fumbles here or easy twos on the Sydney Cricket Ground, with both teams, the Australian side and the Australian A side, brilliant in the field. And singles will be hard to come by. It'll be a pressure situation for all players concerned. It's like a grand final. Wonderful atmosphere and the pressure on everybody.
Everyone nice and pumped up out there. The first ball from McDermott offline, and a magnificent shot by Blewett before.
It was straining down the leg side and got what it deserved. He placed it nicely in front of square leg. McDermott quite sharp here today, but he just angled down the leg side and he whipped it away beautifully. Hide it. All the play started coming through into the ground today. Wonderful atmosphere. Two best sides in the competition on display. Interesting.
So this is the first over, and it's always useful to have this left-hand, right-hand combination. It's a little unsettling for the bowlers. It's up to Matthew Hayden now. They've got quite a strong square field on the offside. And that's off the edge as well. He'll be looking for two here. This could end up being a fantastic start, and what a good stop that is. McGrath, magnificent stop down on the boundary, full-length dive. That verifies what Bill Laurie was saying a minute ago. We'll come back and have a look at that in a second. It's no wicket for 7. Here to stop this one. That's real commitment for you.
Yes, it backed up McDermott. Got a good genuine edge there. Boundary. Too much on leg stump there. It was going down the leg side. He's a superb onside player. He's putting his hand up, Greg Wood. He's been a good player for several years, but he's taken this next step easily. Some players struggle.
Another one straight through the gap. That'll be 4 as well. This crowd cheering as that's magnificently played through the onside. Well, one would have to say that that's not very clever bowling. The field is on the offside. There's a big gap there, and that was hit right into the centre of it.
So it didn't swing. That was the problem. He's an outswing bowler. He's just angling down. It's going the other way. Now Mark Taylor comes out of slip. He's going to short mid-wicket, so Greg Blewett has removed the slip fieldsman. That's unusual from the start by Australia. Blewett 19 off 11, Hayden to face his second delivery of the match. It's McDermott for the members' end.
Just like this are the crowds.
The crease and try and work the ball into the gaps if possible.
That's better. He's hit that one into the gap. He plays that shot well. Smashed that one. It was a little short, a little wide, and he got the cut shot going there. That's his first boundary.
So that's what he's looking for. If you're just shorter, he can rock back. Fleming very wide as well. You see, it's a very wide ball. He just rocked back and played that superbly. Not great use of the feet, Matthew Hayden. He likes to get on the front foot all the time, so you have to be very short to play that shot. Fleming was short and wide.
Magnificent crowd has come to see this first final, and so far Blewett has entertained them. He's made 19, played some lovely shots, and one lovely cut shot too from Hayden. And the wicket down for 28. I'll tell you what, they're getting pretty good. You got your nose right anyhow, Bill.
I reckon the best part is where they crossed out the Poms and put Australia A in. They've had a pretty lean year, haven't you?
Yeah, you're dead right. They've got it all right. They've got the Toyota logo up there as well. They've got the hairstyle right. Oh, a bit more than that.
They're really enjoying their cricket. That's the most important thing.
Little unfair there. A little bit more hair on that one. And there's no doubt either, Bill, that the ears are a bit bigger.
It's a wonderful couple situation. A lot of pressure on the Australian side here. McDermott using good variation. Then he's bowled 1 or 2 good off cutters. Perfectly bowled slower ball. Unlucky not to get inside edge, really. It's very well bowled.
He'll use that again. He'll use it discreetly. But he'll use it again, especially now that he knows that Blewett's not picking it. Well, that is a quicker one, and McDermott didn't half enjoy that. That one nipped back a little bit, hit the inside edge of the bat, and down went middle stump. That's a big blow for Australia.
That is superb bowling. McDermott did him with the slower one. A little bit anxious to try to get the slower one to the onside Greg board. This was quicker and very, very straight. Maybe an inside edge, was there? Yes, I think so. Took the middle stump out. Great bowl, McDermott. He striked for Australia. Brought out played beautifully, but was beaten neck and crop. This becomes over because he contained Bird first of all. He beat him with the slower one, and he bowled one was a fraction quicker. Seemed to be an off-cutter. Jag held its line, bat, pad, middle stump out the ground, bowled him neck and crop, sent him on his way, as you do in a final. Blew the dangerous player, Queen.
Bowling very tight at the moment.
He's not a batsman that looks for singles easily.
Well, the umpire will ask about that, but no one seemed dramatically enthusiastic out there. The appeal came to the umpire. It was close enough to be called, and as we've seen on a few occasions in recent times, that's precisely what the umpire should do.
Well, he's not the quickest between the wickets, but it looks as if he might just have made his ground, but it's pretty tight. That's what I mean. He's not the sort of batsman, Matthew Hayden, who drops the ball with soft hands or a loose hold on the bat. He's always hitting at the ball quite firmly. Well, he just made it. The green light's on, so he's home and dry, but not by much.
For Australia A, Martin 2, Hayden 10. And from 30 balls now. It's maiden over from Fleming, the last one. Nice shot. That's where they try to tie Hayden down, and he's produced a glorious little stroke with perfect timing and wonderful placement.
Yes, it's a gem of a shot. He just tucks it away. He's a tall man, so he can stand up and tuck it away from the high bounce. It's right on top of the ball. He reminds me quite a lot of Chris Broad, who played for England, opened the batting. Plays it well off his hips and legs. Being tall, he can stand right up there and take the ball on the top of the bounce.
Australian side have pegged back the Australian A team. 6 and Hayden.
Well, there you are. 21 runs in those first 2 overs. We
Think of hard match practice in the summer. It's over the top. That's what Matthew Hayden was looking for. 47 on the board now for the loss of 1 wicket.
Well, the 3 seam bowlers used so far today have pegged it back on a good length. I suppose that's a standard reaction. Once you've been hit before, hit 4-4, and well, that'll do Matthew Hayden some good, I think.
Unfortunately, we won't.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with the shot. He had the room outside off stump to get the bat through fully, and it was a lovely shot. 4 runs. And then I think Matthew Hayden, as he went past, was still actually in a slightly jocular mood and quite enjoying it. Rich, I could be wrong, but that's the way it looked.
I think what happened there is Glenn McGrath explaining to the umpire the full sequence of event. Happened first was this. Now, really, it was just, I think Matthew Hayden running past and running fairly close to the bowler. May have felt that the bowler, Hayden, got away to a flying start. 21 from the first 2 overs. But Craig McDermott brought that to a quick end with a very good delivery.
Yeah, Greg Blewett just starting to come down the pitch. A deflection, inside edge, onto thigh and straight back onto the middle stump. But Craig McDermott atoning for his earlier waywardness. The first over cost him 7. Had no problems after that.
On the Randwick end.
So that was the shot. That's what started it all. Didn't half clatter into the boundary boards. And there was a touch on the way through, and then a touch on the way back, and then the final push from Glenn McGrath.
20 overs, it's 1 for 59. That's a good piece of work from Glenn McGrath. An accurate throw had him on the way. Mind you, you're expecting a lot when you're throwing from off the ground and on the turn.
I think that's where we go back to that Hayden incident. McGrath's fired up. Great piece of work to pick it up. And the good thing that Damien Martin did was get himself between the bowler and the stumps. When he sees him stop the ball, he gets between the bowler and the stumps, so had the throw even been straight, well, it would have been... Younger players with excellent line and length. Good variation from Warne, giving the odd one to turn. Bowling mainly at middle leg, not giving the batsman too much width. Beautiful bowling. He's tried to work him down the ground once too often, and Captain Mark Taylor takes a well-judged catch. That's superb bowling. He had him coming down the wicket, didn't quite get to it. He's been caught 3 times in that region in a series. It's a very good catch on a vital wicket.
Yes, a wicket which Australia A didn't need to lose. They've got away to a steady start, but they need to be able to go on and build big partnerships. That's a very important breakthrough there for Shane Warne. Australia A 2 for 69.
Century maker Michael Bevan taking guard at a crucial stage of this match for Australia A. At the 24 over stage, 2 for 69. Superb bowling by Shane Warne. Encouraged Damien Martin to use his feet and get to the pitch of the ball this time. Maybe some flight. Just drifted away a bit to the leg side. He had to hit it squarer. And Mark Taylor took a very good catch.
Bit of bottom hand here, trying to whip it away on the leg side. Well caught.
Going to be Mark Warne. Coming in the bowl a couple of overs from the members' end. This will be a chance for single. That's over the top. That's a good clean hit. That's going all the way to the fence on a half volley. Stood and delivered, Matthew Hayden.
It's a sensible batting by Matthew Hayden. He must hit straight. He's a good hitter of the ball straight down the ground. Gets himself into trouble when he's trying to hit it too hard towards mid-wicket and cover. This time he hasn't bothered with keeping it on the ground. Very nearly hit it all the way into the M.A. Noble stand, or actually the Sir Donald Bradden stand in that corner.
This competition twice. And they played Australia, the ground. Australia A need to do more at 26 over, so they'll probably bowl 5 apiece. That's beautifully struck. That's 4. That's very strong. That's the advantage for left-handed. The bowler does go around the wicket.
Matthew Hayden, very much a boundary hitter. He doesn't get enough singles in one-day cricket. He hits the ball at one pace. He's always trying to hit it to the boundary, so he's got to pick gaps. He's done it on this occasion, but one of the problems he can get into is that he doesn't work the ball around enough, doesn't change the pace.
Oh, that's well hit. That's beautifully hit. It's 2 for 94. As much strike as possible to Bevan, Lang and Ponting if needed, particularly in a final. Through, and it's through again. Brings up the 100. And Michael Bevan showing the century's giving him a lot of confidence. He's really going for the ball, not trying to work it backward a point or through the gully, hitting straight through the line.
Michael Bevan demonstrating here what a good striker of the ball he is. He just gets into position and meets the ball, just beats Mark Warne. And then Fleming couldn't get across and cover. There wasn't much of a gap there. The timing beautiful. Didn't hit it hard, but he got the placement right. Striker Slater pretty quick off the mark as he kicks the ball back over the fence, the old place kick. And through the middle.
Good boundaries. Needs to go on from here. It's 2 for 105. Gone. Hayden pulling Mark Warne, long hop straight down the throat of Michael Slater. That's disappointing. He got to 50. It's 7 boundaries, and that's a vital wicket for the Australian side as Jeff Boycott and Tony Gregg take up the commentary.
Yes, he's not happy with that, nor should he be. He's used up a lot of balls, and there's a man back there. He went for the pull shot, and if was onto him just a little quicker than he expected, and it really did go straight down Slater's throat. Took it no trouble at all, and that's brought a smile to the faces of the Australian side, but it won't be a very happy Matthew Hayden. 92 balls for his 50, and now he's back on his way to the dressing room. 3 for 105. That is about as giving youngsters like him a go. He's been to Pakistan and wasn't in the Australia side, so that...
Well, it's a sucker ball, really. Pitched halfway down, long hop, could have hit it anywhere when you get out, but when you get a long hop like that and you smack it straight to the man, he hardly has to move.
20. One of the things about Bevan is he always scores his runs quickly. And he's got that one away nicely too. It's going very fine, running away down towards the boundary, and that'll go for 4. That's magnificent timing. That's a late cut. Beautifully played by Bevan. It was wide, and he realised exactly where the fielder was, and he knew that he had to get it away fine, and he did.
Oh, he seems to have lots of shots. Watching him the other night play splendidly, and today he's very quick. His confidence seems to have returned. Hoping that England failed to achieve the other night. It's made their fielding sloppy, and this is what keeps everybody's pecker up when the outfielders return the ball right to the top.
3 for 116. How far are you going to have to explain the keeping of your pecker up?
Means keep your chin up in England. Got to keep your chin up. When England the other night were being run ragged.
For 121 on a pitch which looks pretty good. That's not quite as good as the one that was used the other night. Oh, and there we go again. That one whipped away on the onside. He doesn't half play that shot beautifully. Right off the meat of the bat. That's his third boundary, and down the wicket he went. Well, that might answer your question, Jeff.
Well, that's right, Tony. This tells me more about his confidence than the way he plays the seamers. Like that. I mean, Shane Warne's a different proposition. You've got to be reading the bowler and then have the confidence and conviction to go after him.
In 185 and 190 would be a very good score for the Australian A's. If they get more than that, then they'll have done very well. Going to set them back just a little bit as well. That's a beautiful Yorker. Australia A in the 37.
Coming in at the fall of Justin Langer's wicket. Langer beaten by a very good Yorker from Craig McDermott.
Can't get much better than that. It has sneaked under the bat, just pitched. Well, it might have been between batting crease and the bowling crease. But it was...
Ricky Ponting is on 2. Michael Bevan 36. Stuart Law coming back into the attack now at the Paddington end. Full house here at the SCG. It's going to be Ponting on strike. Stuart Law has bowled 3 overs for 19. That's beautifully hit. That could be 6. No, just inside. It's 4 for 146. Good boundary there to Ricky Ponting. Takes Australia A to 4 for 146 after 39. Fleming to Bevan. And that one's cleared mid-on. So successive boundaries for Australia A takes them to 150.
Very important phase here, coming into the area around the 40th over, 42-44. The Australian A's can get cracking here. Still 1 over to be bowled by Stuart Law. Fleming is bowling coming towards the end of his spell now, and Bevan is just the man to take advantage of it.
Well, with Stuart Law conceding just 2 runs in that over, Australia A have moved to 4 for 155 after 41. Mark Taylor now has all frontline bowlers to bowl out the remaining 9 overs. That's a good situation for the skipper.
Bowling has been tighter. He's reined himself in. Hasn't done anything silly at all. Has played some lovely strokes and has used his brains apart from his stroke play.
Oh, it's picked a gap that's only about 5 metres wide. That's a terrific shot.
He only just got it. It looked like the top spinner, which Bevan picked as the leg break, expecting it to spin in at him. And this beautiful piece of splitting the field.
Oh, that's well run. That's where his speed shows up.
Right off the meat of the bat, it's in the air, grinded. A great effort again. Mid-on diving away a long way to his right there. And coming down clonk on his shoulder.
It's gone again, and Warne misses it. That's 4. That should have been stopped. That's the pressure applied when you really get a ball at the meat of the bat. And Bevan sparkling here at the Sydney Cricket Ground and lifting Australia out in a very good position.
Yes, having just said they're doing very well in the field, that was one of the very few mistakes. Just watch Warne. This may have had to do a bit to do with the last one where he came down heavily on his shoulder. That's whipped wide of him, and he just took a little bit too long to get down. Gives you some idea of how well this man does hit the ball. He did middle it. It really was there to flat. And in fact, there was a bad bounce too. That one just bounced up over his hands, and it's gone down to the fence for 4.
We talk about England. We have shown
55 balls.
Full credit to Michael Bevan. He's had a horrific test series. He's at normal speed. Didn't get much time to adjust against the sharpish bowler. He's bowled from 16 off 24. Five now is 4.23. 33. Mark Waugh has moved to 4.
Now they're almost pulled back to Australia 8.
Yes, the one man to fall so far, Mark Taylor. Inside edge, pad, the bail's just dropping off.
Brilliant partnership. 56 from 62 balls. Bevan, 73 from 85. And I thought that was a better innings than the one he played the other day when he got 100 in the game against England. Hit for 209, the Australian A, so it's 210 to win for Australia. Long on. Coming towards the end of Blewett's over, but this is his 6th over and he's only had 10 runs taken off him. Very good effort. Wicket. Instead of that, straight to the man at square leg and 2 down for 80.
Yes, he was looking really to go over mid-wicket, and I think it was the fact that the man at long on was back that made him try and drag the ball further round towards mid-wicket, and that got it onto the inside edge. And so instead of going over mid-wicket, it was straight at square leg. So he's out, gone for 18, Mark Waugh. It's 2 for 80.
That's not a good start. It's in the gap and it'll probably go for 4. Michael Bevan, a fair athlete, but even he can't make the 150-metre dash around the boundary and pick it up. 2 for 87.
The other night, Peter McIntyre bowled without a mid-wicket to the Englishman. I think he may have trouble bowling without a mid-wicket to Australian players. Australian batsmen will approach him differently, and I'm really looking forward to this contest now between McIntyre and these Australian players.
27 overs gone here at the SCG. 2 for 92 as against 2 for 87. The Australia A side picked up their run rate in the middle overs, and they've been able to contain Australia in their middle overs. So he's faced 101 balls. He's had 30 scoring shots in his 50.
Michael Slater hasn't made a century yet in a limited overs international, and perhaps this...
Slater cutting backward a point. There's a fielder out in the boundary, but he won't get around. And that's 4 runs, and he's not being helped by these donkeys who climbed the fence.
I don't know why those people don't just get marched straight out of the ground, because it is very dangerous. We've already seen back in 82, 83, Terry Alderman clash with a spectator, not in quite those circumstances, but somebody charging to field a ball at an important stage in the game could easily run into that clown. He's got a flag in his hand. Someone could get their eye poked out. And I don't know why those people aren't just marched straight out of the ground and set an example so that people stay on their side of the fence. That's why you have players and you have spectators.
Short ball, it's in the air and into open space. That's 4 runs. That's where the boundaries take care of themselves. If you're picking up the singles, the bowler gets agitated, he gets frustrated. He tries to bowl that one just a little bit better than the last one to stop the single, drops it short, and there's the boundary.
Yes, David Boone's not one to get agitated. Phlegmatic character, and he really does remain very cool. He's the ideal man for Michael Slater to have at the other end in this situation. He's the sort of bloke who might see him through to this century.
Beginning to get a little pumped up here now, because we're getting right down to the business end of this contest. So they've decided to all come as one. Oh, he's had a go at that one just over the top. He really did get onto that one. That was Greg Rowell down there at mid-off, who jumped up in the air. He's very tall, over 2 metres he is, and he couldn't quite get there. But if he did, it might well have taken his hand. This was a beautifully hit shot by Boone. He really did smash it very hard, and over the top she goes. Just a couple of bounces and into the fence. You have a look at this. He really did wind up there. So he was just getting just a little bogged down. So Boone deciding to cut loose. Oh, well bowled. He bowls that quicker ball every now and again, and that was an example of it. Boone didn't really know where it was.
Their innings. And there was just a little bit of acceleration, a bit of a blip there, night against England. That's when everything really takes off.
Luck. Yes, got stuck right into it. 10 runs off that over for 140.
Through now. But it's always easier for them.
Oh, lovely shot. Shane George has quite a chase here, and he can't get to it. What a well-timed shot.
We've had a lot of good strokes from players on both sides this afternoon and this evening. Certainly nothing better than that. To get it past the infield and then past Shane George. Just brilliant.
Oh, and he's gone. What a pity. So many times Michael Slater gets out in the 90s. He really did deserve 100 here. What a pity that he's tossed it away.
Well, Blewett has been moving the ball in the air. He sneaked that one in as another Yorker, or so it appeared to the naked eye. There was a good inducker. And almost Yorker length. Probably did him with a swing more than anything. Good innings from Slater, but he's fallen short of the 100 once again. Out for 92, 3 for 167.
Swinging a full toss in the end.
That's the Slater wicket. He was aiming away on the onside. That's very well bowled.
Players who prefer to stay at home and, if anything, get onto the back foot. And he's gone. A little bit of bounce there for Peter McIntyre. And 2 wickets suddenly got the Australian A side excited.
They certainly are. They've come from everywhere. Everyone who's on the boundary is now in that little huddle out there. And that is a very dangerous situation for the Australian side. That ball spun and lifted. Good bounce there. And McIntyre, understandably, is delighted. Hayden is there. They're all there. 4 for 167.
just as they were starting to head away with the yellow line. 2 wickets fall. And stumped.
Like that.
May well have been caught behind as well. Stuart Law making up his mind that he was going to go down the track before the ball was delivered. Could have been out in both ways.
Well, certainly there's the sound of the nick, and Phil Emery appealed to the umpire at the bowler's end. McIntyre has another wicket, and the Australians have some worries. 5 for 190.
He hit through the gap for the singles, get an edge. Long on, long off. Deep mid-wicket for McIntyre, and a man on the cover fence as well. And that's beautifully played. Into the gap, there was a backward point and a point. It's racing away. McIntyre will be disappointed with that. It's a superb stroke under pressure.
Well, I don't know that it was absolutely awesome, but it was certainly a very good shot, one of his special areas. The ball just bounces up nicely. It's off stump that. Should have been bowling about leg stump to keep it away from the cut shot. Make the batsman drive when it's spinning and turning. Once they can get on that back foot, it opens up the whole area at point.
He's gone over mid-wicket. He's making a quick finish of this, Stephen Warne. That's another boundary, the last ball for Peter McIntyre. 11 runs and a wicket for Peter McIntyre. 2 for 44. It's 5 for 199. It's all right, but then he belts him through mid-wicket. Very fine mid-wicket that crashed in the boundary before.
It was Michael Slater today. Just felt all along they've just had a little bit too low, a few runs short. Well, 15, 17, 18 runs, every run.
Hasn't been equal, it's just a fraction short. The first final coming to an end. It looks like it's going to be a good victory to Australia. With 5 wickets in hand. There's only 6 balls remaining, and a good discussion here between Steve Waugh and the experienced Ian Healy. Healy on strike. It's going to be Greg Rao to bowl, so I think you'll find that all the fieldsmen will come inside the circle. Maybe and try and entice Healy to get over the top. Yes, that's happening apart from the third man and fine leg. Damien Martin just pushing Stewart just behind the backward square leg, just 2 or 3 metres behind the line. It's a good learning experience for Damien Martin as well. He's under pressure. Greg Rao to bowl the final over. No run, dot ball, chance for a run out, misses. That would have been a handy one. That was very close. Umpire Parker in good position.
Well, it was excellent bowling, right in the block hole. That's where he bowled it, great opportunity. That's a slice of luck that you need. Certainly you need the ability to actually do the fielding and hit the stumps, but you do need a slice of luck.
Healy will go over the top. He won't leave it to the last ball.
And get it up in the block hole then. Not easy to hit it in the block hole.
Oh, fielders, they get a run. What an effort by Rao. Driving across there, feet and rigs going everywhere. Another few inches closer, chance for a run out. Great effort by the big bowler. That's a great save. Just went away from him enough not to nail Healy. Can't give any more than that. That's 120%, Jeffrey.
Well, he wants to win. That's all that matters. That's what the selectors are looking for. They're looking to watch these young guys under pressure, see their commitment, watch how they handle pressure. And I think Raoul's done really well. And I think Shane George has.
The man, no run. Oh dear, oh dear. Steve Waugh gets to go over the top. He could hole out. The pressure mounting with each delivery here. All of a sudden, a wicket could turn it all around. 2 runs and 3 balls, Jeffrey.
Yes, what happened now if Steve Waugh tries to slog it over the top, loses his stumps, or holds out? 2 off 2 then. He's committed, it's tense, it's exciting, but he's kept cool. That is the hallmark of a quality player.
Well, anybody else but Stephen Warne, I think Australia ain't have a chance here, but he's been around for a long time. He's got to get 1 through. He'll go out.
2 of them would probably have had a better chance. The bowler didn't know that. His commitment and will to win was so strong, he stopped the...
Defending 209 runs, Australia gave everything. Tremendous ovation from Australia A and for Healy and Stephen Warne. The crowd appreciate that final fight, Jeffrey.
Yes, great disappointment on the faces of the young A team. You could see it. They just had a sneaking chance there at the end, didn't they? He bowled 5 brilliant balls, and this one going for another Yorker. He just got it half stumped by, which enabled the batsman to sneak it away. And it really was a sneaked away, wasn't it? Sliced off the face. You couldn't say that the first team won it in style. They won it because they were slightly better, but only slightly better. And I thought the A team did really well. The youngsters fought hard, there were shorter runs, they gave a good feeling performance, some very level-headedness in the bowling, and they showed cool heads at time. I thought they did really splendid.
Yes, 210 was the target for the Australian side. After 50 overs, they'll 5 for 213. Steve Warne out 21 off 27. Healy 9 off 11, hit the winning 4 runs. A wonderful game here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Good bowling by the Australia A, particularly Rao. Blewett, I thought, did well. McIntyre picked up 2 valuable wickets. So the first final is over. The second starts on Tuesday at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, a day-nighter. Check your local guides there. So after an exciting final here at the Sydney Cricket Ground, it's goodbye for now.
This has been a...
Booney didn't have to appeal for this one because he crashed it into the stumps. But he's one of the few batsmen, part-time bowlers I've seen who doesn't go berserk appealing.
And Slater has pulled off a miraculous catch down there. Well, that's much better. That'll bring a smile to their faces because the smiles were disappearing fast.
Won't bring a smile to Australia's A face if that wasn't a dead ball. And he's out caught. That was a brilliant catch by Michael Slater there. Here's the little clip away, and he really judged to perfection. It was high and it gave him a chance, but it was never easy when you're running into the ball full length, a couple inches above the ground. That's the end for Greg Rao. He's out for 8. So there's a bit of action here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. To perfection, never easy. Both hands, sound dismissal. Just chipped away in the air and running in at the ball. The white ball's easy to pick up admittedly, but he caught that well. Rao out for 8. George on strike.
21 overs remaining. A rash shot from Blewett led to his downfall. Gone for 64, 4 for 158. McGrath then bagged his 3rd wicket, combining with Healy to send Langer packing for 14.
Oh, and did he nick that one inside edge? They're holding it up and he's given him out. Yes, that was...
To Australia's credit, they pegged back the A's with, of all people, David Boone doing the damage. Australia A looking towards a disappointing total of around 230. Tim Gossage, 10 News.